Today's episode is brought to you by the Twisted Fork. Eat, drink, and enjoy. So today, Phoenix 5 is in the house. I have Phoenix herself.
Hello.
And I have Joe. Welcome to the show.
Nice. Thanks for having
Now,
us.
you guys had a long drive to get down here.
Yeah, not so bad.
We drive here all the time. So
Yeah,
it's
we're
not
Put a
like
lot of
we're
miles
here.
on your car, don't you?
We sure
We should
do.
really live here, really. But, you know, well, we like Lakeland. So
Yeah, we love Lakeland.
we love Lakeland.
Lakeland is a beautiful place.
It is.
is.
It is
And,
very pretty.
For our listeners, we're in Sarasota,
Mhm.
in downtown studio here at the Mock Shoe video production studio, I should
Yeah.
say. Good friends of mine, Christina and Kareem. But anyway, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about, your band, right? We're going to talk about
Mhm.
your careers, how you got started.
Sure.
And I'm going to start off by reading your bios.
Okay.
Is that all right? Is that good?
I don't know what's in there, but
All right. Our viewers are waiting with bated breath. They're so excited right now to hear this. So, Phoenix, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
You are a hyper talented singer, actress, inventor, and motivational speaker. Man, you got the whole gamut there. So, you were born in a highly creative family of singers, dancers, pianists, and beauty queen winners. So, what was that like? How many brothers and sisters?
I have one sister on my from my mom, and then my dad has two boys. So, but my sister is my sibling.
Do you think that your creative talents were formed at a young age, like singing and dancing in front
Oh
of
yeah,
front of the family?
yeah, definitely.
You were that person, like
I always that person.
Yeah. So was I when I was a kid, believe it or not. So you were destined for a life in the arts.
Oh yeah, I without a doubt.
You were involved in a Caribbean dance troupe where her natural rhythm and stage presence took shape before she transitioned into musical theater as a teen. By her early 20s, she had become a 3-time beauty queen. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
3 is a charm.
Earning titles including Miss Teen Toronto, very impressive.
Thank you.
Miss Oshawa Universe, wow. And first runner-up, Miss Cities of America. Early milestones that reflected her charisma, discipline, and creative drive. So what was it like doing all that stuff?
It was a lot of fun, and I had a mother who wouldn't let me back down from whatever I set out to do. I remember when I started beauty pageants, the first time I had her take me to do a beauty pageant, when we got there, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. She's like, oh, no. You made me drive you here. So you're doing this because you said you wanted to do it. So I did it. And I did not know what I was doing. Everybody else knew what they were doing. I had no idea what I was doing, but I won.
Because you're a very popular and charismatic lead singer.
Yeah.
Like you're fearless, and maybe this early training, put you in a position where you weren't afraid to go up on a stage and you weren't afraid to be in front of people, right?
Yeah, I think I credit my fearlessness from my mother, who's a single mother, who always told me that never take no for an answer. No is a doorway to yes. So you just need to go out and grab the world by its balls and
Good advice.
do it.
Good advice. So here's something interesting. A near-death car accident in her early 20s profoundly changed her trajectory, requiring her to retrain her cognitive and motor skills. So tell us about that.
I met in a near-death accident. I flatlined I flatlined at the scene of the accident. I spent 6 months in a medicated coma. I walked with a cane for 7 months, and I was in a wheelchair for 7 months and walked with a cane for 6 years. So I learned to walk, talk, read, write, do it all over again.
So you're very lucky to be alive.
I'm so lucky to be alive. And I know that my life, because I've been on my own since I was 15, my life was in a direction that I believed God did not want me to be on that path. And he literally said to me, this is your opportunity to change your life because you are meant for more. And so after I woke up from that car accident, while I don't remember that whole I saw God or I saw the light, I felt the light, and I knew when I woke up and was conscious that I was given a second chance.
That's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not beautiful that you had to suffer, but you were saved maybe at that point.
But
right?
I do recognize that the way that God works with me is that I learned through physical experience. That's my spiritual relationship with God, is that my physical accidents or experiences have been the things that have brought me closer to him.
So she's saying she's accident prone, which
I
can
my God's a loving, gentle God. Your God's like vengeful.
Not vengeful, but definitely I need
physical.
That's how I learn.
All right. Well,
And he knows because I am accident prone. He knows.
So here's the deal, man. You became an actress.
Yeah.
And you appeared in a major film television productions. You were in Sons of Anarchy.
Mhm.
You were in The Tuxedo with Jackie Chan. I remember that. And ESPN's first original movie, A Season on the Brink, starring Brian Dennehy. Along with an award-winning short film she co-produced with her husband and creative partner, Joe
That's
Pascual.
right.
Wow, man, this is a really impressive. I mean, you then became a business person. You became a disruptor of entertainment technology. You spent years and years, refining how audiences connect with content. You've been involved in boardrooms and studios, right? You've been speaking live, right? You've been doing things in front of industry conferences, right? Corporate America. That's just quite impressive. So you basically took this knowledge that you just developed and you took it to the next level.
Yeah. Well, he challenged me. I remember when we first he came to me and said, "I want you to be my partner and in sales, and I want you to sell and I'll build." And I stepped away from the camera and acting and went behind the scenes and then got into technology and really just took everything that I'd learned
So
and
this is
applied
before
it.
you got married, or
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
we got married.
so
Yeah,
you guys became friends first, co-workers.
Well, no, that's an interesting story right there. No, we did everything in reverse. We went out on we were friends for a long time before we got together. I was married to somebody else at that time, and actually somebody she knew really well as well. But when we got together, we did everything in reverse. Like our first date, we bought a timeshare together. We started a business
But
together.
that's trust. That's trust
Yeah.
right there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
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 And
And then
that's the foundation of any good,
Yeah.
solid relationship.
right. Yeah.
When we get to your bio,
Yeah.
it's going to make sense how you guys are partners. But so just to finish on Phoenix, so now your band Phoenix 5 is very, very, very good, and
Thank
whoever
you.
Thank
has
you.
not seen or heard you guys needs to, because every musician is a quality musician, right? And you're a band that can do weddings, you could do corporate events, you can do downtown festivals, you could do everything, man. I mean,
Thank
you guys
you.
play the whole gamut of in all the
Dude.
genres. So you're truly entertainers.
And we're having a good time.
Yeah, man.
It is.
And the thing is that it's a husband and wife situation, so that's always fun. Or is it fun? That's
It's
a-
fun.
It's fun.
It is
No, it's a
of
lot
fun.
of fun. We
It's a
have,
lot of
I
fun.
mean, I couldn't do this with anybody else in life. Literally everything we do together. I couldn't do it with anyone else.
Why the
So,
name Phoenix 5?
You got to ask him that question.
We couldn't think of a name. Like really, this band happened by mistake. It wasn't even planned. We had booked something in Lakeland, and we needed a name to share socially that we were going to be in this venue. And I think it was the keyboard player we had at the time. It was like, just call it Phoenix. How many are we? We're Phoenix 5. There we go.
Cool.
Yeah. Kinda
Sometimes the
happened
best
that
names
way.
are the simple ones.
Yeah.
And Jacked Up just happened because I used to be a big drinker in my younger days, and I used to drink Jack Daniels. So I would tell my friends, "Hey, let's go get jacked up,"
Right.
and then it just stuck.
It's stuck. There you
So now
go.
we're going to get to your bio, Joe. So your lifelong journey of music began as a child star in Manila, Philippines, where you
Mhm.
performed with his sister as one of the Dyna Kids
Yeah.
on Philippine television. Tell me about what is the Dyna Kids? What was that?
Oh, it was actually a dance troupe. That's what it was. In the Philippines, when we get like all the big hits from the U.S. coming to the United States, coming to the Philippines, they would use dance troupes to promote the albums because the artists would never make it all the way to the Philippines. Well, they probably do now, but back in the
Back
day,
then,
you know,
yeah.
they didn't really do that. So the labels would hire a dance troupe to go on all these shows, TV shows, and dance to the new releases that the artists would do.
So say Michael Jackson, let's say, had a new album.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how
That's how they do
Philippine
it.
community
Yeah,
would
so-
learn about it.
Yeah, so a dance group would be dancing to Billie Jean and promoting it and all the things. So there was the Wea twins, which were the kids of the Wea dancers, and then there was a Dyna dancers, and they needed their own gimmick. So they hired me and my sister, and they called us the Dyna Kids.
Now, do you still do some of those moves? Do you still get?
Oh God, no!
Would that be cool, man?
No,
During the,
you know
during
what?
a Phoenix 5 concert?
Well, yeah, that's
We
kinda-
do.
for about 30 seconds.
All right,
Yeah,
hey.
that's it.
You gotta do it. So here's the thing, man. You're fluent in 5 languages, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
What are the
Well,
what are
fluent
those
is a little
5?
bit, yeah, but I do speak 5 languages.
Well, tell us what they are.
Spanish, Filipino. I'm Filipino, so my dad's Spanish. So I speak Spanish and Filipino. I turned Dutch. My mom remarried a Dutchman, so I learned Dutch. I went to a Swiss boarding school, so I learned German. And then Tagalog is, my native tongue. So, yeah.
Unbelievable, man. So like it says here, you attended boarding school in Swiss Alps
Yes, I
before
did.
studying
Yeah,
at AMDA in New York
AMDA.
City.
That's correct.
What does AMDA stand for?
AMDA is like the fame school on. Yeah, it's like
Wow.
it's all
So you
musical
were
theater
really,
and
really
dancing.
talented
Yeah,
at a young age.
yeah. So I
Singing,
went to
dancing, right? Playing.
Yeah, I toured with West Side Story for a
Yeah.
couple of years, and did
You were
musical theater for a
Chino in
long
West
time.
Side Story.
I was Chino.
Was Chino the lead guy?
No, Chino. Well, I played Bernardo too, but I was on Bernardo Understood. Chino's the guy who shot Tony.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
West Side Story, man. I remember watching that on TV, man, as a kid. You were in the X-Files, man.
I was on the X-Files.
Dude, how cool is that? It's one of the greatest shows, I think. I
Yeah.
love that show, dude.
Yeah, that was a great show.
I think when it popped up on Netflix, I watched like every episode one summer.
Yeah.
Consecutively.
Yeah, you benched.
But then it kind of like went like this, and then it came back,
Right.
So you're also you embrace technology, co-founder, CEO, and CTO
Mhm.
of Dot Studio Pro, where you that's leads development of AI-powered video platforms for major media clients. So when you're not rocking and rolling and partying on nighttime, you're
I'm a
actually
total geek.
you're
Yeah.
a total, but you're a
I'm
technic,
a
you're a
total
tech,
geek.
you're a tech guy.
I'm a tech guy. Yeah, I definitely am a tech guy.
He is.
I try to kick that at the curb as much as I can, but it's
It
really
won't-
hard.
it won't
'cause-
kick him.
There's something that you have here in your bio that I want to talk about: music and faith together.
Mm,
Okay,
okay.
because as a guy who is a follower of Christ myself, I find it difficult or challenging for me to profess that. Like
interesting.
my Facebook, with all my businesses and things that I
Right.
do, the podcast, the band, some other
Yeah,
things
yeah.
I'm doing. I like to keep my religion and my politics out of that social media.
Well,
realm.
it's probably a good idea.
Right?
'cause It's
But
so
that's
polarizing.
right. It's right. But
Yeah.
after the Charlie Kirk incident, I'm
Right.
saying to myself, well, why? Who says it's a good idea? Like, why can't I do what I want to do? Why
I
can't
say
I
do
make
it.
these confessions?
Right.
Confessions.
Yeah.
Why can't I use this platform?
You're supposed to.
So
Yeah.
I'm battling that right now because I may lose viewers if I start talking about Christ and
Mhm.
how we could talk
Yeah.
about Christianity in some of our music,
Right.
but at the same time, I don't care anymore. Like I don't care. Like
Well, it's probably a good thing. Well, it's funny because the Charlie Kirk thing, I fell off the wagon with the Charlie Kirk thing too. Like I was completely just all music on social media until that happened, and then I kind of like broke my inner vow to
silence.
myself that I would never, be political or spiritual on Facebook again, and that kind of got me. And then I was like, oh, what am I doing? I gotta stop.
No. Hey, you know
I'm
what?
a firm believer that that's the only reason I'm doing this is because of God. So when people come up to me and they start hugging and they're like, oh my God, I love you. I'm like, you love God. And they look at me and sometimes they take a pause and other times they're like, you're absolutely right. I think that as musicians, we are given the opportunity to be a vehicle. And when you have faith, you're supposed to just use that vehicle.
But at the same time, using it could just be leading a life of example. Like,
Sure.
Yeah,
True.
you don't have to necessarily, get on the microphone and ask people to follow Christ or
Oh,
No,
But
no,
what you
for
can
sure.
do, what you can do, is you
if
can
want
mention
to.
the church you go to, and perhaps maybe invite people if they want to join you. Right?
Right.
That's
You
a
can.
little more subtle
You
way to
can.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was blessed enough, and when we were living in Los Angeles, that I played in a gospel church, Andre Crouch's church in L.A. So that was a huge part of my life for many, many years.
Well, I'm glad you
Yeah.
mentioned that because I want to talk about Los Angeles
Mm.
because now you're in Florida. And that's
Right.
two different worlds.
Sure
So,
is.
Yeah.
in a nutshell,
In
tell
some
us
ways,
about your
yeah.
experience in Los Angeles.
It was amazing. I moved there in 2000. I think you moved there in 2003.
3,
Yeah,
yeah.
so 3 years after me. I mean, when I moved there was definitely a feeling of like opportunity in every corner. Like
From an acting perspective.
from any perspective,
Any,
from
just
any
any, from
perspective,
creative
from
perspective.
anything. It really truly was a place that you move to. Everybody that moves there because they have dreams, right? And they want to fulfill their dreams. And when I moved there, it really felt like you had a shot at like really achieving whatever that dream was that you wanted to do in your life. And I mean, I'd hate to say it, that I just kind of feel like in the last 5-6 years, that mojo kind of disappeared, at least for me personally, or for us.
For both of us.
For both of us. And we needed to look for a different environment, I mean, plus, we're in the middle of COVID, all of that. We were locked down for 2 years when we were in
It was
California.
actually, yeah, it was
almost 3 years.
California
Yeah.
locked down for 3 years. We left after a year
Yeah.
and a half.
Yeah. And so the upside just wasn't there anymore, in terms of like, all these possibilities. I mean, yes, you could still, rub elbows with people that you see, but the whole aspect of celebrityism, all of that had changed so much. it got so dispersed. You don't even really have to be in Hollywood or in Los Angeles to have that. And plus that whole concept of what that is has completely redefined itself. We're incredibly happy to be here and doing what we're doing. We feel way more fulfilled,
Yeah.
and we're not chasing that part of it anymore. Like when you live there, you're kind of always chasing that, but at the same time, you're chasing it because you feel like, oh, you look up to these some people and you go like, wow, well, he's amazing. Like you think, oh, this actor or this artist, they're together and they're famous and they got, all the success. But that part of it kind of disappeared. So
Sure.
yeah.
So now you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And you both knew that you were going to form a band, right? So that
No,
we
we
didn't.
didn't.
We
We
didn't.
didn't.
Oh,
The
God,
first
no.
year of living here, we had no idea what we
but
were
you're
moved here
both
for life.
very talented musicians, though, correct?
I'd never sang
She
before
never
in a
sang
band.
before.
No, I'd never
Professionally.
Professionally, I'd never done this.
Yeah.
He had once in a while been like, "Here, we're doing a show. You should sing a song." And I'm like, "Okay."
Interesting.
Yeah, I never.
I never would have thought that because you're such a wonderful singer.
Thank you. No, I mean, I always knew I could sing, and when I was younger, I tried it for like a hot second, but I didn't. It didn't happen for me.
Yeah.
And I did musical theater and all those things, but I became an actress and then got into being an entrepreneur and never really had aspirations of being a singer. And the first year that we moved here, he gave up his music career in Los Angeles. And he kind of was resigned to the idea that maybe I'm not going to have music again in the way that I had it in Los Angeles. And it was after 1 year of living here that we stumbled upon a local jam session on Tuesday nights in Polk County in Lakeland. And, over that next year, we played there all the time. And they got me up on stage singing, and I started to like find my feet as like maybe a singer. And then we got hired to do a show with a couple of guys that we knew, and that's how Phoenix 5 was formed.
So the current lineup of Phoenix 5, how long has it been together?
This current lineup,
Would have
close
been
to a
last
year.
summer. Yeah.
And would you say that this is like your best lineups
Yeah,
to date?
100%.
Oh, gosh.
Because I feel the same way about my jacked up band right
100%.
now. I feel like
Yeah.
we're the best we've ever been
Yeah.
or can be.
Yeah.
But so like you're with other like-minded musicians who are really good.
Yeah.
The band got put together. I'm sure you're doing all the marketing for it, right? Because
Yes.
that's what you're
Yes,
born for.
I
that.
am.
But I'm noticing that you're playing some of the bigger, better places, right? And you're singing, you
Mm-hmm.
did a downtown St. Pete First Friday,
Yeah.
right? And you're headlining at the Gator Club.
Yep.
And you don't mind driving to where
We drive
you gotta
wherever.
be? Yeah.
We were in St. Augustine last year. We're going to be in West Palm in December.
Mhm.
Or we're up for it.
You ever considered like Universal Studios or Disney World? Because I know they have really good bands there.
So we have an agency that's been working to get us into Epcot. And
You
it's
guys would
just,
be great there, man.
yeah, we're working on
Because I
it.
think
Venue for
your
us.
music's very appealing to a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Because I think,
thank
like I
you.
said, you play happy, upbeat, fun music that's easy to listen to and easy to dance to.
Well,
Yeah,
we like to have
yeah.
good times.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's good because my band, we still have to crank out a couple of songs that for ourselves, like some Sammy Hagar,
Right.
You're right.
Right. Yeah,
AC/DC.
yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes it's like, okay, I want to do that Van Halen song that I grew up listening to.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why
of
not?
course. Yeah,
I'm
well, why
blessed that
not?
I have the
Yeah.
ability to do that. you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. How we doing, white club? We are Phoenix 5 and we are here to have a good time with y'all. Oh, that's right. Come on. Well, all right. Well, I'm feeling a little anxious, and I don't know what to say. My heart starts beating faster every time you close to me. But come on. I said, whoa, whoa, and they send me on my way. I said, whoa, I said, nothing left to say. Send me on my
But we play Paragon Seafood Festivals, which we love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
awesome.
We
Yeah,
do Twisted
that too,
4,
yeah.
which
Yep.
is fantastic.
Yeah. Mhm.
We're getting ready to open up for an AC/DC tribute, which is always fun
That
because
Twisted, yeah.
you inherit their audience.
That's
Oh, yeah, that's
exactly
the
it.
best.
We
There's
love
2,000
Twisted for
people
that.
That's the
that would
best.
never come see Jacked Up. So when
Yeah.
I do, I tell my photographer, I said, listen, come around the stage, right before we end. Get a picture of me like overlooking the audience.
Yeah.
I got this one money shot. I still have it. It looks like everybody's like going like this, jacked up.
That's
Meanwhile, they're all
awesome.
probably like going, "Get off the stage," because it was a Bon Jovi tribute.
Right, right.
But we took advantage of that audience and we ran with it.
You should. That's what you should do. I mean,
100%.
that's what they give us the opportunity at Twisted Fork to do as up and coming bands, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it great to walk off stage and people come up to you
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're like, "Oh man, that was great."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Somebody they want to buy you a drink.
Yeah.
Somebody wants a selfie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been fortunate that sometimes women want to give me a kiss. You know, and I'm like, it's cool. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Oh yeah.
No one else is gonna kiss me. So it's like, hey, you know, take advantage of that 15 seconds of fame.
Yeah.
You know, and so it feels good.
Yeah.
It makes me like, you know, when I suffer to do the loadout. I don't know if you guys do your own loadouts.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Because we have
My back's hurting right now. I mean,
it's crazy. You know, I'm 60, right?
That's
and this. I love what I do. Don't get me wrong, and I'm going to keep doing jacked up. But there are times when I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just had that
60
discussion
years
last
old.
night.
Yeah.
Driving
60
home.
years old. I'm dehydrated. I haven't eaten. I haven't slept. I'm like, please. And then I got. We have a lot of gear, dude. We have more
Right.
gear than we actually need
Right. Yeah.
because we're like one of those idiots. You know, we have these double stacks. You know.
Yeah, we've been told too that we carry a lot of stuff with us too. I mean, we're not like, I mean, I know you guys, you know, the guys from 22N, but but they've got like 20 people to carry that for them, so it's not.
They've
it's
got
not
a
as
great
bad.
production.
They're
team.
a machine.
They're
Yeah,
a machine,
and
they are.
they pay their
They pay.
guys very well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they bring in the lasers and they bring in the screens, which
Yeah.
is awesome. I love that
I
stuff.
love
Oh
it.
yeah, it's
But,
fantastic.
but I'm doing so much as it is right now. I can't see myself doing one more thing.
Right.
Oh no, we understand. We
Yeah.
completely understand with
Yeah.
everything we have going on. If this was the only thing that we were doing, I think it would be a different story. But with everything that we have going on from day to night, this is enough.
But
Yeah.
Joe, wouldn't it be cool to roll into a gig like a Gator Club
Yeah.
and everything's set up, your guitar's on your stand?
Oh, I
It's
dream
tuned
about
up,
that every
It's
night.
tuned up.
That's what we
You
talk
just had a
about
nice
every
meal
night.
across the street.
Oh God,
right?
yeah, we talk about that all the time. I dream of having a guitar tech. I mean, that's gonna happen someday. I really want to.
He really, really wants a guitar tech, and I
At
want
some
that
point,
for
it'd be
him.
amazing to not worry about that part.
So but it's got to be somebody who you know and trust so well. Because like,
Oh, you have to. It
one
has
time
to
I
be
said, well, let's
somebody.
get a guy to set up our stage. I'm like, well, they're never going to know how to do it right.
Right.
Like, then we have to train them and then they're going to
Yeah,
quit.
you do. Yeah.
You know, like we load, like we have a certain system of loading the trailer where this piece has to go in this angle.
We're
this has to
exactly
go-
the same way.
So it fits on like Jenga, you know,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
game. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no one's going to know how to do that.
Yeah, we're exactly the same way. And we pride our. I mean, I am like we try to like break a record every time of loadout. The quickest we've ever done is like 24 minutes.
Yeah, 24 minutes.
You know, which was like wow. Like that's only because we had another gig. We had to get there really fast. But like literally, we were like systematically put away, like not just like thrown into the trailer and like
So tell our
hope for the best.
listeners at home, what can they expect when they come to a Phoenix 5 concert?
Oh, a good time. I mean, I just expect to dance, I
Yeah.
think, people love to dance. And I think, you know what it is? I think people, the vibration hits them. We've got live percussion, with everything that we do, and we've got a Santana set that we do, but even with everything else that we do with Tony playing percussion and our drummer, I think a lot of people who have never experienced that kind of vibe, they are like, wow, like what's going on? Because it's palpable.
So
You feel
would
it.
you say there's a Latin flair to it?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah.
Latin flair
yeah.
to it. Yeah.
And is there like a little bit of soul in there, a little gospel?
100,
right?
all of that. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
it's soul, funk, reggae,
How would you
and rock.
explain that?
Yeah, it's a collective of soul, funk, reggae, and rock. And I really say that we're one band, many legends, because we choose the legends that we love and we do many tributes to those legends inside.
Tell us
of
who those legends
Yeah.
are.
Bob Marley, Stevie
Sam-
Wonder,
Santana, Prince, Michael Jackson,
Dua Lipa, and we
the
even
newer
do newer
ones, yeah,
newer
we'll even
ones
do
like
new
Dua
artists,
Lipa.
yeah.
Gosh, I think that we do a bit
we
of
do
disc-
Al Green.
Yeah,
I
Al
mean, we'll
Green,
go all the
yeah.
way back and we'll do some Al Green.
Aretha Franklin.
We have some
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
So when you're building your sets, are you building your sets with the mindset that, okay, we're going to take them on a roller coaster ride. We're going to get them warming up. We're going to get them up, then we're going to take our break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to go down, and then we're going to go up here, and then like, do you like is the dance floor your number one concern when you're writing those set lists out?
We don't write set lists anymore.
we don't,
We
not
have a
anymore.
talk box, and I play DJ. So I like to be, because I'm the lead singer. So I play DJ, and I call based on the vibe of the audience.
She talks to our ears. And
I
she
talk
lets
to
us
their
know.
ears, and I
That's
just tell
awesome.
them
Yeah.
what's next based on the
Yeah.
vibe. So some audiences, I'm like, okay, we're starting with
Yeah.
rock. Some audiences are starting with soul. Some
Yeah.
audiences are starting with R&B.
And sometimes she gives it to me. Like she feels like I want, because like we call things differently. Like we'll catch a different vibe. She's really good at like catching the pulse of where the audience is. But sometimes I'll throw a curveball in there. We're like, hey, why don't we start with Marcus singing with the
our
drummer, and let's do
Yeah.
Lose
Cool.
Control and start with the ballad.
So
Yeah.
the flip side on that, there's pros and cons. Your guys have to be ready and know everything, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's like you're on your toes, right? Because it's not
Yeah.
like sometimes I get comfortable with my set list, so I know, okay, I know I can tune over here because I'm not my intro. I don't have an intro, so I'll tune at that point.
Right.
Or this is
right.
where I can get a drink of water.
Right.
Whereas now it's like, go, just throw something at somebody, right? Which is
Yeah.
Well, we are we're at the point where we can go song to song to song to song to song to song to song. And
Without a
everybody's
set
ready
list.
without a set list. Everybody's ready.
yeah, no, yeah,
and
it's
they
right.
know.
That's ideal.
They know.
Yeah.
And literally there's 5 singers, although there's 6 of us, we all sing, but there's 5 people who sing songs. Myself, Marcus, and Tony are the 3 main singers. And then Joe and John. Joe sings 2 songs. John raps on
So
one
it's
song.
really Phoenix and the 5. When you think
It
about
really
correct.
is.
Phoenix plus
People
5.
always ask me,
Phoenix
there's
and the
6 of
5.
you. I'm
Yeah,
like,
so
it's
funny.
Phoenix plus 5 now.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely a fun act. I mean, you guys definitely bring the energy. Now, how long are your sets typically?
Depends. I mean, our longest is 4 hours. Obviously, that's the
No, but
typical.
but you don't play 4 hours
I'm
straight.
sorry. Like a full set.
Like you'll do
90
an
minutes.
hour, or you
Yeah.
do an hour and a half.
Sometimes
An hour
we
and
like
a half.
To, sometimes
Yeah,
we
I
like
like-
to just
Take
get
a little
an hour and
break,
a half.
right?
Yeah.
How long's your break?
Usually 15 minutes is a break for us max. And we like to, in our first set at least, do at least an hour and a half. Just to
Or an hour 15 minimum.
Yeah.
We want to break an hour at least. Otherwise you're kind of chasing it afterwards.
Because because that's smart. Because A, you're cognizant that you don't want people to leave,
Yeah.
and B, the venues, usually the owners are there and they're paying you, so they don't want to see you sitting around. So you're smart to say, okay, we're getting paid to work. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a set, take a short break, and come right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we've heard there are some bands that go 4 hours straight.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
how they
how they do that,
do
but
it,
Well, you have to have a very good bladder, I guess. To do
Yeah,
that.
right.
apparently they all have really good
Yeah.
bladders because I wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah.
No, we typically do an hour on, maybe an hour 10, take about 20 minutes, come back
Mhm.
another hour,
Right,
hour 10,
right, right.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then occasionally, if it's a big night like Gator Club,
Mm-hmm.
see, Gator Club is
4.5
weird
hours.
because
So many
you have
hours.
you have so many people coming and going
Yeah.
that like you don't want to do your best stuff early.
It's a tough one.
But then
Yeah.
again, you don't want to save it till 2 in the morning. Like you got to figure out where to put that.
But you can
the juicy
repeat.
stuff.
You can repeat at the Gator Club as long as you don't care about the bartenders hearing the same song twice.
Johnny.
Because, I mean, always. Yeah, you don't want. Well, he'll
Johnny
make it
doesn't
up. He will bring it up. Yeah, but I mean, you're right. You're right. It's a different crowd. Like you get pockets of crowds that kind of come and go. So we've gotten away with going like, hey, why don't we just do that again? It's a brand new crowd.
Yeah.
Like
Now, because
yeah.
you guys are very tech savvy, you all wear inner ears, I assume.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Because then you can communicate, like you said, with the
Yeah.
public.
Mhm.
And then, what do you do about requests? Are you polite and say, we'll try to get to it, or do you just?
Sometimes we'll do it. Yeah.
Sometimes
This
we
week.
do it, and if we don't do it, we will play Spotify on a break for them. Like we did Woody Rivers, the Riveroo on Friday night, and they wanted Justin Bieber, and I was like, we don't do Justin Bieber.
But it's so funny how they would ask you for that.
Well, it was a younger group. It was they had just graduated dental school. They were all really young,
Yeah.
and it was the end of the night. And I said, you know what? He'll play the song for you. And we even let a couple of them get on the stage and take the mic and pretend they were
That's
singing.
funny.
Yeah.
What Justin
Yeah,
Bieber song
bad.
would they want? I don't even know who that guy. I mean,
They wanted
baby,
Baby,
baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
that's
one with Ludacris. Yeah.
yeah. Here's a song that's like called "Juicy" or
Yeah.
Mhm.
something
Yeah.
like that.
He's got some
Yeah, well,
yummy or
actually,
Yummy,
9 of
yummy,
them-
yummy,
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 yummy.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny because like when they see us and they see the way we're dressed, they pretty much call out like the right stuff. Like they want to hear ZZ Top.
Right,
We'll give you
right,
ZZ
right.
Top,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So like we're more of a classic rock,
Classic
Mhm.
rock.
80s,
Yeah.
But so that's great. So what are some of the bigger shows you got coming up soon?
We are going to be doing we're actually Mighty Mystics, a reggae artist who's been traveling across the US. He's a pretty popular guy. We're actually opening for him at
Twisted Fork, yeah.
on Sunday the 19th of October. We are doing the outside block party for Gator Club on
Nice.
the Halloween.
That's several thousand.
That's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
that's-
that's going to be.
Did
A
you
That'll
ever play a
Halloween.
block party for them before?
No, this
Not
will be
for-
our
not
first
for
one for
Jamie,
them.
no,
So
Yeah.
just be careful, man, because some of those kids get drunk and they're going to try to get on the stage, or they're going to try to at least going to put their drinks. Don't you hate that when people put their drinks right
Yeah,
in front of
somebody
you?
spilled beer on my pedal board the other day. Those kids, those
Yeah.
dental
I hate
students.
it,
I'm
man. I
like,
hate that.
yeah.
You know what? I got to put a sign that says no drinks on the speaker, but I think that's ridiculous because no one's going to listen to it.
No,
No,
nobody's
they're
gonna
just going to put
Yeah.
it on.
They're
there.
not even gonna
Somebody
read it.
one time put this like plastic
Yeah.
cone thing so the drinks
Yes,
wouldn't
you
be
can. Yeah, you can buy those.
Yeah.
It's
It's
made
pretty
out of
smart.
it's like a lamp.
It's almost like a
Yeah.
dog
Yeah.
collar.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you know the
pretty
dog
smart.
collar? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like
Yeah.
a dog collar. Or the cone with the
I was
dog.
thinking
their
about
dog-
that when I saw that. I'm like, we
Right?
gotta get that. That's
Yeah, that's
perfect.
a good idea.
So, Phoenix, what are your favorite songs to sing? Like, what are the songs that just you get psyched up when it comes?
So I love singing Funky White Boy. My band, it drives my brain
You
crazy.
talking about Wild Cherry?
Yeah, I
So-
love Wild Cherry. I really, and I know a lot of people saying it, but we do it very different. Valerie,
medley,
well, the Wild Cherry, we do a medley with it, so it's not just Funky White Boy. We go into like Hollywood Swingin', we go into James Brown, and what do I
And
think
we
Cool
go
in the
to
Gang,
Chic.
or
Yeah,
or
we
Chic.
go
Um,
all over the place with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Valerie by Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, we do that too.
I
Love
love
that
that
one.
song.
The Mark Ronson version, right?
No,
we do
actually,
our
we
own
all
kind of
do
more
vers-
slower version.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
all.
yeah, a
medium
little
tempo.
more
Yeah.
jazzier
Yeah.
version. What else? I mean, geez, there's so many. Michael
Chaka
Jackson. No, Aretha Franklin and Michael Jackson. So I do an Aretha Franklin song, which I never thought I would do Aretha Franklin because she's
She's the queen.
Yeah.
she's the queen. But I do one of her songs, and I'm having a great
Yeah.
time doing it. And then Michael Jackson. I love singing Michael Jackson. I love singing Michael Jackson songs. I mean, I grew up. That was the first album I bought when I was
With
little.
the Thriller.
We do
no,
Rock With You. She
Rock
does a
With You.
great version of Rock With
Yeah,
You,
we have our own kind of
You
version
know,
of it.
when Thriller came out,
Yeah.
I was in college maybe, and that album was huge, man. I mean, it was the
Oh,
biggest
it's
album
massive.
on the
It was a
planet.
game
Like,
changer for
and
me.
MTV
Yeah.
would happen to be like at the same time, so like the song was had a video to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was massive, man.
Oh yeah, it was
And at
pivotal.
one point, it was the number one selling album in the world. You know that?
It was
At one point.
100%. Yeah.
Crazy.
But you liked some of the earlier stuff too, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not. Or that he was the first album I bought when I was little. I saved up all my money and I bought his album when I was little.
Do you
Yeah.
remember? I remember this. This dates me now. The Jackson 5 had a cartoon, man.
Yeah.
They sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
And
Yeah.
they always did a song, you know, in the cartoon, right? So it was like something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We used to
Cartoons
do some
were the-
Jackson 5. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should
We used to
bring
do a
it
lot of
back. But
Jackson
yeah.
5 before.
Well,
Yeah.
there's some bands that will do a nice Jackson 5 medley because you can kind of like,
Right,
I
you
think a
can
lot
just
of them are
go.
in the same key,
Yeah.
early stuff, right?
A lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
So how do people find out when you're going to be playing? Like, where do they go?
Yeah, so we have our website. Our website has all of our dates all the way into New Year's of next year. We're booked. So it's Phoenix, the number 5 live.com is our website. Every month on Facebook and Instagram, Phoenix, the number 5 live on Facebook and Instagram, we post our monthly calendar. And then we put up events for every
Every show.
Every
we do,
show we
almost
So
do.
you're
every
booked
show,
all
yeah.
through next year?
we're booked into next year.
Gotcha.
But some people are, I mean, we have a lot of private events that have already booked us for next
But
year.
you're one of the better bands that the venues better get on it because, like, I know like 22N is very popular and people get upset when they can't get 22N
Yeah.
because they're already booked.
Right.
Yeah.
So where are you going to be New Year's Eve?
This New Year's Eve, we're doing a private party. Next New Year's Eve, we're at Whiskey Joe's on the beach. They've already
Nice.
secured us for next
So-
year.
so- October is going to be Gator Club, or I should say downtown Sarasota.
Soda, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Johnny Diamond on the inside and you're on
Yeah.
the outside?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
this
You know
time.
Johnny Diamond? He's a great guy,
He's
right?
great.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love
He
that
was
guy.
outside last time when we were inside.
I love
Yeah,
that
we
guy, dude.
switched
We're
That guy's cool.
switching.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
get him on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
cool.
It's funny because I always tell him, I said, Johnny, when my band plays, you know, I got my crowd, but when you play, it's always beautiful women that come to your show. I'm like,
Yeah,
how
that's
come we
true.
can't get any of them to come to my show? I'm like, what's going on? What's up with that?
He's great. I love his
So he's
band.
got this keyboard thing now that he can spin it around as he's
Oh,
playing.
really?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Like it's on a stand, but then it turns.
wow.
You know, and then he's got this light that he likes to hit, then it goes back. Like he's into the visual arts, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a real performer, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everything he does is
It's
cool,
a performance.
but it's
yeah.
cool. It's calculated. Like he's cool, man. Like
Yeah.
the way he dresses, the way he acts. I'm like, damn, that guy just reeks of like coolness.
Coolness. Yeah.
He should have his own cologne and call it Johnny Diamond.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Hey,
That's actually a great idea.
I thought about doing jacked up
It's
cologne.
marketing
I thought about doing jacked
And
up
why
cologne.
not though?
No, but
why not?
in a bourbon bottle, in a small, tiny little
Or-
bourbon bottle.
yeah.
There you
man.
go.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
In
Nobody
a
has
bourbon
cologne.
bottle.
Can you imagine that? Somebody like
Well,
dabbing themselves
so,
with a little bit of bourbon?
When I was in the 6th grade, or maybe 7th grade, rap was coming out. It was pretty popular. And I had a pretty good, I could memorize things. So I would memorize these long raps. So when we're on like little kids playing basketball, you have the warm-up lanes, so like this guy will shoot a layup. This guy gets the rebound, you go back and forth, warming up before the game. So I'd be rapping, So my nickname became Curtis Rap. And then it changed to Curtis Rock. And then it changed again to K-Rock. And then
Okay.
it stuck.
Okay.
So then
yeah.
all through high school, college is K-Rock. So to this day, I get to use K-Rock. And,
Wow. K-Rock is a very, very popular FM channel
Yes.
in Los Angeles. right?
WXRQ, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They throw many events in LA.
Yeah, they do.
Huge shows.
it's so funny. I lived in Santa Monica in 1990, right?
Oh, you did?
I worked for
Wow.
Xerox.
Okay.
2025 Century Park East. There was
Yeah.
2025, 2029. I was at Xerox. I think we were like on the 3rd or 4th floor. And I had 1 year to live there. I was a New Yorker. And I lived in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
My territory was Beverly Hills. The office was in Century
Right.
Park, Century City, I guess.
Century
you call it.
City, yeah.
And it was very cool, man, to do that 1 year. But then I was like, for me, I was it. I didn't want to do. I wanted to go home. Like I was done. Because I think
Yeah.
like it was overwhelming. But at the same time, I was a fish out of water
Yeah.
Right.
because I'm such a New Yorker, and I felt like I was not. What do you? So
Yeah.
that the same similar experience you had after a couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I never really felt like I was. I mean, I loved LA. I loved living in LA when I was there. I lived in New York too, by the way. I was there for.
What part?
I mean, when I went to AMDA, I was in the Upper West Side, so
Nice.
I lived. You know where the Beacon Theater is?
Yeah, of course I do.
I lived in the Beacon Hotel. That was
No
my
kidding.
housing when I was going to school right across
Oh
the
my
street.
God,
Yeah,
you had
they
a
would-
great experience, man.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
was
you had the
amazing.
best of both coasts, right? Music scene in
I
LA,
did.
the music scene in New York.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they would sneak us in sometimes. Like I saw Bob Dylan, the Beacon Theater, and I saw Santana at the Beacon Theater for free because they would, ushers we'd befriend them and then they'd sneak us in. And then there was a club right next to it called the China Club where they would play
I
after
remember the China
hours.
Club.
Remember the China
Of
Club?
course I do.
Yeah, Matt and Eddie Murphy used to go there all the time.
I met
and-
John Entwistle at the China Club in LA.
Okay. Yeah.
Not too before he died. He was a big, tall guy. So here's something that I always like to ask my guests: what were some of your early records that you bought and collected? Because I think that shapes us. Like for example, I was a Beach
I've
Boy
heard.
guy,
Yeah.
Elton John guy, and
Yeah. Interesting.
hey folks, Rocktoberfest is coming to UTC. There's going to be 7 bands on Saturday, October 11th, that are going to be playing all around UTC. There's actually a trolley that's going to go from location to location at the UTC off of University Parkway. This is sponsored by Suncoast Charities for Children, so it's a fundraiser. So I strongly recommend you bring your family because it is a family-friendly event. But these are the bands you're going to see. Downside Up, KJB, that's the Karen and Jimmy Band. Jacked Up is going to be there. Naughty Girl Band, the Phil Harmonica Band, the Blasters SRQ, and Rear View Mirror, a brand new band out of Apollo Beach that are friends of mine. So again, donations will be accepted and they'll benefit Suncoast Children's for Charity. And I highly recommend you go. Again, 7 bands, 7 venues, 1 epic night, Rocktoberfest, UTC. We'll see you there. So what would you say? Like, do you remember the first album you bought with your own money, or
Yep.
maybe something
Mine was Off the Wall.
off the wall?
Mhm.
Okay.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
Off the
yeah.
Wall.
Yeah. I think the first 45 that I bought was Funky Town.
Won't you take me to Funky Town?
Yes, I remember. That's the first 45 that I bought. Funky Town.
Do you guys ever use horns in your band, or do you ever
We
have?
do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's Phoenix 5 plus
That's
5.
Phoenix Fives and the
plus
Rising
3.
Horn.
So you have to have the right stage.
Yeah,
The right-
that,
yeah,
yeah.
the right
When we do
specs.
festivals,
Yeah.
like when we do Mardi Gras for Lake Wells every year. So it's Phoenix 5 and the Rising Horns. So we have a horn section for when we do
Oh my
that.
God, I got to see that. That must be
Yeah.
fantastic.
It's a
great.
lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now
in
you
the
like to
horn section.
arrange and you like to get all that, like everybody's parts together.
Oh
and you're
yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
That's
You're the
so
band
much
leader.
fun.
Yeah.
That's so much fun to do. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite passions. Just like
Let's talk about
getting
originals. You
arrangement
guys have
going.
any original music?
we
We
do.
do.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
do.
And is it something that
We
people
do a
can
handful
buy?
of them.
We don't.
No,
really
we
sell
don't.
it.
We haven't
Yeah,
really.
we performed
know.
it on Fox last
Yeah.
year, We opened for Arrested Development, so they brought us on in the morning before the show, and we performed one of our originals on Fox. Good Day Tampa.
Good
Yeah.
Day Tampa.
Good Day Tampa. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called "Send Me on My Way." It was
Yeah.
written by himself and one of his
My
colleagues.
old band. Yeah.
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 Very cool.
Yeah.
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 We have
We'd
that.
like to do more of that again, and just kind of get into that whole
Yeah.
aspect of things.
When
And
you
we
guys
actually have one other one that we did in a short film that was an award-winning short film.
Yeah,
So
Dream in Blue.
we were actually in the short film singing the song that he wrote with
how does that happen? Like, how did you get those things?
friends.
Friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Friends. Yeah, I was the lead singer and he was the band, and we were dressed in like 1930s outfits.
I was the editor
and-
of the film, too.
Yeah, he was the editor
That's
of
so
the film as
cool.
well. Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
really cool time period too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really was.
Yeah, it was.
I love movies today that they used from the 20s and 30s when you see all the way people dressed and
Oh.
some of the early cars.
Oh,
Mhm.
God. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's like my era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally
Cool.
her
Like I
era.
grew up on
Yeah.
Sarah Vaughan. Like Sarah Vaughan's my favorite singer of all time.
Wow.
Sarah Vaughan is like
Is Etta James on that list too?
She is, but Sarah Vaughan is like my number one.
I love At Last. I love that song.
Yeah. Oh, God,
so
yeah.
it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
So let's talk about two things. What do you guys do when you're not performing? Is the first question. I mean, are you going out to restaurants? Are you seeing other bands? Or are you
Yeah,
just
we
staying
do-
home and cooking?
Well, we got 2 dogs, so
And one's a puppy.
One's a puppy, so that takes up a lot of time because we got to make sure he doesn't eat the house. You should have seen. We got a picture of him. He we have a bowl where we throw change in, and sometimes we throw dollar bills in there, and I guess it accumulated for a while. And we had a dog sitter send us a picture. She said it looked like there was a stripper in this house because like dollar bills strewn all over
That's
the
funny.
place.
That's funny.
So they keep us busy. But we eat out a lot. I mean,
Yeah, we eat a lot, and we I mean, like this weekend or last weekend, not this weekend. We had Saturday off, so we stayed home and rested because we had Friday show and a Sunday show,
Yeah.
so we stayed home Saturday.
Well, you probably book your Saturday. Like you pretty much probably gig every Saturday, right?
pretty
almost,
much most of the time.
yeah. But
Almost all
last
the
week,
time.
not this weekend, last weekend we had Saturday, Sunday off because we did Tuesday, Thursday, Friday,
Wow.
and we had Saturday, Sunday
So
off.
during
Yeah.
season, I'm sure you're going to get a lot more work because like
Oh,
our
yeah.
January, we have like 12 shows in January, which is insane for us.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we average 4 to 6.
Yeah. I
And we're
mean,
doing
during
12.
that time, especially when there's the festivals, with Paragon and all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you can get
We
really busy.
average no less than 8 shows a month, and during season we're anywhere from 12 to 16 shows.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our regular schedule. So we just
Yeah.
Take
But
it
the
as it comes.
festivals are great because we don't have to set anything up.
yeah.
Now,
We
do you
have to
guys
set
have
lights up,
ever
right?
use fill-ins or replacements or like, what do you do if you're not feeling well and you got a gig? Or you just
No, we
Very tough.
That's
Yeah.
very tough. Yeah. I mean, I had a vocal issue a year ago, and I had to take a month off. I was on vocal rest for a month. That's when we brought in Tony. And our drummer had picked up more songs.
okay. So the show will go on.
The show
Oh
will
yeah,
go
the show
on.
goes on.
The show
oh,
will go on.
yeah.
Because we sub out drummers and guitarists and
Yeah,
even
it
a female
happens. Once in a while,
singers.
we've done it. Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
mean, we
subbed out our
subbed
drummer.
out our drummer once. Yeah, who was my drummer from the Santana project that we're doing. He subbed in for
So
Phoenix 5.
I want to hear the Santana thing. Is there going to be a dedicated show just for
Yes.
Santana?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not your typical tribute show. It's an off-Broadway show. So
That's
we're putting
awesome.
on
Like
a
a
full
more
2
theatrical-
acts.
When is this going to happen?
Well, we did our first sort of like outing with it at CJ's backstage. So we just
I
did
know
a
that place.
small
Yeah.
show.
It
doing
was
it there.
it was a very condensed version.
Yeah, condensed version. We only did like one set of it. We're doing the Cody Biker Fest with it. So we're doing like one festival set with it this Saturday on Newport Richie. And then we're planning for a show that we just booked November 20th in Union Hall in Lakeland.
Yeah,
so
we're
it's a
doing
ticketed
it.
event.
It's a charity event where that will be closer to the off-Broadway show. And then we're booked at Twisted Fork next year for the full production.
I
Yeah.
will definitely have to be there for
Yeah,
that.
that'll be April
Yeah.
of next year. That's a full
Do you
production.
remember what day of the week it is?
It's
I'll have to look at it.
it's a Friday or Saturday. It's
Yeah,
one
it's
of
a
those
Friday or
two.
Saturday.
Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully I'm
Yeah.
off that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are both involved in a very big local charity that's coming up.
We are.
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you
Yeah.
tell us
We
about
are.
that?
Suncoast Women of Rock. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Thank you first and foremost for the opportunity. It's your inspiration that's brought all these amazing female artists together.
What a lineup.
What?
Amazing.
Yeah.
What a lineup of songs. I looked at the set list. I'm going like, I'm glad I'm not the guitar player for that.
But aren't you going to be there?
Oh yeah. I might play on a couple of songs, but I'm going like, okay.
I actually have a list
let
in
me
my
let-
pocket.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
have the
do.
list?
Yeah, you do.
I
Well,
actually printed it out.
but what I find that's so amazing is that it's a group of amazing singers that are in this, from Suncoast, but also there's breast cancer survivors, there's cancer survivors. Like this movement of women that you brought together is truly showing up to be the change.
You know,
It's
I
not
get chills
just
just thinking about it. Man.
yeah.
It's
It's
magical.
amazing what you're doing.
It's
man. That's
magical.
great.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
I
The
feel
energy is just insane.
Oh yeah.
You weren't
I'm
there
gonna
for
be
the
able to-
photograph. It was like
No, I wasn't there. But I
it
saw
was
the
it was a
picture, yeah,
sorority
obviously.
meets a love fest
Yeah.
meets
Oh yeah.
you know,
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah.
like
yeah.
some game show.
Yeah.
Right.
and you felt so welcomed. Like I didn't know, I knew maybe 2 people there, but you felt like you knew everybody. Like everybody
Lots
was
of love in
so
that room, man.
welcoming
Mhm.
and
And
loving.
you know what the
yeah.
cool thing is? Maybe in LA it's different, but here in Florida, man, it seems like at least in my world, everybody gets along and everybody helps each other
Yeah.
and everybody's
Very
cool,
much.
man.
Yeah.
Like I got all these guys on speed dial. If I ever need a guitar player, boom, I can
Right.
make a phone call. I got 12
Yeah.
guys to pick from.
Right. Yeah.
So here are some of the songs that are going to be performed. Well, I should actually mention the performers first. Sarah Santiago, who's my current lead singer.
Yeah,
she's
she's fantastic.
One of
Oh
the
my
best
gosh.
voices I think around here. DCX is one of my former lead singers.
Mm.
She's in the Naughty Girl band. Jenna Robidas.
Yeah.
She's another former singer. Julia Brown, another former singer.
Oh my God.
We only have female leads in my band.
Wow.
So when one leaves or moves, we replace with another one. Like
That's
I
amazing.
always wanted to have a band with a
Right.
female lead.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's just the way I like it. Karen Lally, Phoenix, Sammy Joe from
Amazing.
Jezebel, Malu,
Malu,
from Aurora,
amazing. Wow.
K-Love,
Five.
Yeah,
Right.
the
Caleb
legend,
is so
legend,
wow.
Yeah.
Luna Akire from Luna and the Warriors,
She's
Yeah.
amazing.
Lisa Palladino Hyden,
Yeah.
Kerry O'Brien,
Great.
Teresa Ferris,
Yeah.
Tracy Zito,
Mm.
Roxanne Luther, Karen Nally,
Yep.
Lisa Rott, Kristen Lee from 22N, Colleen
Yep.
Bentley, Twinkle, Ramona Hermasa. A couple other women couldn't make it, like Yaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chantel,
Yeah. And Siren. Yeah. Siren was
Siren's-
going to be at another
yeah.
event. Yeah.
Renee Adorna from Gas House.
Yeah.
Just couldn't make it.
Oh, she couldn't make it
you know?
either. Okay.
So
She's
these are
amazing.
21 women. I think in the photo we had like 30 to 32.
I was
maybe.
like, thank you, 32. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just alone. This is worth the price of admission.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. And
You
you
know?
didn't even read out the set list because that set list.
Redneck
is a
Woman, Criminal, Chain Gang, Love Sneaking Up on You, I Will Survive, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, What I Am, Alone, Ain't Nobody, Separate Ways, I'm the Only One, White Rabbit. This is a really diverse list.
It's
Mhm.
so
Honky
diverse.
Tonk Woman, I Want You to Want Me, Turn Up the Radio, Who Knew, The Story, Living La Vida Loca, Rosanna. Wow, Rosanna. That's a tough
Yeah.
one.
Who's
That's a
singing
tough
Rosanna?
one.
Colleen Bentley,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Colleen from,
Don't Stop Believing.
Oh, Colleen's singing it. Okay.
Yeah, so this all great songs,
So
great
let me
performance.
ask you a question though. Are you going to arrange it like a DJ and like do like kind of like you know like funk, soul, disco?
No.
Like, or are you just gonna just
we're
have it
we're
go?
doing it by the time that the girl can make it.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
I
I got
Okay.
some girls that can make
I
the
can
6
make
or
it.
7 o'clock.
Okay, I got you.
But then I got ones that have to leave. I got other ones that can only get there till 9 to 10. So like,
Right.
we're doing it like
right.
that.
Okay.
But that would have been cool if we had,
Yeah.
you know, if
So I
Yeah.
want to ask you a question.
Sure.
So what was your inspiration for this?
Well, my mother suffered from breast cancer, as did some
Okay.
a lot of her
Okay.
friends.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm in a position now with the podcast and, you know, being pretty out there in the public that I was
Mhm.
able to meet all these women, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And Teresa Ferris actually put the idea in my head. She goes, you know, that would be cool. And I said, well, you know, I do have the network now and the resources to make this happen.
Mhm.
88 Live, you know, came to me.
Yeah.
So everything kind of came together quickly.
Mhm.
And this is
Wow.
my very first time doing something like this.
Yeah.
My next guest who's going to be on the show, she's a professional at fundraising and doing
Wow.
things. So I'm learning the hard way.
Yeah.
There's no
That's
hard
awesome.
way though. You're
Well-
doing an amazing job.
We talked about this. Do I feel like I'm inspired, you know, from above? Like, do I feel like God is directing me in this
Yeah.
direction?
You're guided.
I
Yeah.
definitely do,
Yeah.
man.
That's awesome.
Because this, again, Charlie Kirk woke me, or I should say, awoke.
He awoken
Yeah,
that
yeah.
flame in you.
I just, you know, I've always been a follower of Christ. I've always been an American. I've always been a patriot. I've always been a big believer of free speech.
Mhm.
But when he got killed or murdered, I knew something was wrong, man. Like that wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
I mean, this may sound crazy, but he was like a Christ-like figure to me, man.
I got it.
Like he was walking the walk. Dude.
He was
Yeah,
definitely
he
one of the
was.
good ones.
He
Yeah.
was the change that
So,
you
so
want
I
to see.
said to myself now that my heart is like, I feel like I'm going to bed at night with this heavy heart. I'm like, maybe I need to do something, man.
Yeah.
I need to do something. I mean, to bring Christian people together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that kind of inspired me to do this kind of thing. You know,
Wow.
because I'm good speaking
Yeah.
publicly.
You
I
are.
have that experience of speaking in front
Yeah.
of people like you guys do. So that's how it happened.
Wow.
amazing.
And then people like you helping out, right? And Julia Brown.
Julie Brown is so awesome.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, really, this whole list got together. I mean, you know how hard it
Amazing.
is to get women to say, okay, there's the song I'm going to sing. Here's what key it is.
Right.
Right. Because a lot of them didn't even know what key it was. I'm like,
all I've heard is that the house band at 88 Live is like rehearsing every day till.
no, you know what? So you know they're all very talented musicians.
Oh, they're
You know,
incredibly
but they definitely
talented.
got the homework out.
Oh, gosh,
yeah.
yeah.
Some of those songs
They-
are not
they-
going to be easy.
They never rehearse for their Tuesday night jam thing, and I've actually heard that they're all going like, "Hey, we better."
Well, you know why? So get this. We're going to have
it's a
300
crazy
people
list.
there, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 300.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we're going to have a live feed.
Yeah.
So people are going to be instructed how they can watch the live feed. It's going to end up being on my Facebook podcast show.
So
Here.
yeah.
And then people can still donate. So
Yeah.
there's potential for thousands and thousands of people
Wow.
to be watching this thing, man. So if I'm a musician on stage, I'm going to make sure that I cover my ass, and I don't, I'm not the one. I'm not the guy that,
You don't want to be the one. Yeah.
Train wreck.
Yeah.
No, this is an amazing, amazing, way for the community to come together and be the change. And I think that
that's amazing.
I just think that this is an incredible opportunity
think
for
about
us
this.
all.
We're
to do
giving
something
free
important.
mammograms
Ugh.
to women that don't have access to that for whatever reason.
Wow. Yeah.
And this is a mobile bus that's outfitted with this hospital grade.
Wow, that's
mammogram equipment
amazing.
that's coming in.
Yeah.
We're partnering with some ministries that actually set it up. So like there'll be women that have like a reservation.
Yeah.
But there's actually a schedule of it coming September, October, November to
Okay.
our area.
Okay.
Which I think I published that. But there'll be more information. The director herself is coming down.
She's coming. Okay, that's
Oh,
wonderful.
wow.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm going to introduce everybody, make my opening remarks, and then the show will start. And I'm going to introduce each girl, but then eventually Pamela herself will come up and we'll give her a chance to speak.
That's amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Wow.
Well,
That's
thank
gonna be
you
amazing.
for the opportunity.
I'm so looking forward
yeah,
to it. It's going
and
to be a
thanks
lot
for
of
coming
fun.
in. So in our
Yeah.
final minutes here, so as we wrap up the show, anything you want to say, anyone you want to give a toss out to, or you want to give props to, people that have helped you along the way, your current bandmates.
Yeah, I really
Absolutely. They couldn't be here today, so we're representing for all of us, but we're really a unit, right? So, we got Bill Kennedy on bass, we've got Tony Robinson on percussion, Devin Marcus McCants, our drummer, John Barrios, our keyboard player, and and we've got other band people that show up.
Yeah. And special thanks to people like Wayne Cornelius.
Wayne Cornelius from
who's
88
the
always
88
sits
Live
in with
family.
us when
Yeah.
we play 88.
He's the reason we play at 88 Live, and he's been a champion of
Yeah.
our band from the beginning. So really just grateful to the music community. Coming from California, where it's a little more dog eat dog, this is such a welcoming, loving community of people up and down the coast of Florida.
Yeah,
who
it really
really,
is. It's very unique. Yeah.
It's such a unique experience. And we just feel so blessed to be, a part of this music community. So it's really a thank you to everyone in this community because, people like David and Kristen, all of them, they've all been so welcoming and
Mhm.
supportive. And we just, you think about where we came from.
Well, that's easy because you guys are really nice people. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
So
thank
it's
you.
easy to be friendly with you and helpful because you give it right back.
Well,
So with that,
All
we're
right,
gonna
thank you.
end the show.
Thank you.
Phoenix,
Thank
thanks for coming in, Joe.
Very-
you.
Thank you for
Pleasure,
coming
man.
in.
Thank you for having
you, sir.
us.
And, we'll see you soon. We're going to see you at the actual event on
At the-
October
yeah,
14th.
Yeah.
October
But
14th.
then we're all going to come and see some of your stuff when you play locally.
Yeah.
And I will personally see the Santana stuff.
Oh, I can't wait.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having us. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.